been a season to remember so far for Motherwell, flying high in the Premiership and playing scintillating football under Jens Bertel Askau. How they'd love a Scottish Cup run. They last lifted this trophy in 1991. On paper, today's tie should be straightforward, but there are a couple of twists. Ross County have had a little bit of a new manager bounce, and the manager providing that bounce is Stuart Kettlewell. This time last year, he was Motherwell boss. 6 changes for the hosts, including a rare start for 22-year-old goalkeeper Matty Connolly, and Ross County have Jamie Lindsay, former Rotherham midfielder, as one of their fresh faces. And I should just say quickly, Jason, elsewhere today, the lowest placed side involved are Camelon Juniors of the East of Scotland Premier Division, which is 6th tier there at home to Elgin City of League 2.
Thank you, Kenny. We'll keep you right up to date. Early chance at Anfield. Sarah Mulcairns.
A huge moment for Liverpool. It is still goalless between Liverpool and Burnley. Some really fast interplay between Kerkez and Szoboszlai. Brought the ball into the area. Kerkez was laying it up across the face of goal for Curtis Jones, who was running in, but Lucas Perez was just there to be able to put it out for a corner. Liverpool 0, Burnley 0.
Thank you, Sarah. Right, into the Championship. Paul Heckingbottom takes charge of his 50th Championship game as Preston North End manager today. They're at home to Derby County in Almacorn.
And Hecky would be a hero at Deepdale if he could steer North End back to the top flight for the first time since 1961. There is a feeling around here this is the best chance Preston have had in decades to reach the Premier League. They've lost fewer games than any other Championship side since the start of November, but they begin this afternoon with no Dan Everson, their goalkeeper. He's out due to injury, so Jack Woolton comes in goal. For Derby, captain Ibu Adams sold to Portsmouth in the week. Lewis Travis now takes the armband. David Ozo makes his first start after 2 months out. And Danny Bart was injured in the warm-up, so Joe Ward comes in as one of 5 John Eustace changes. Underway, and it's 0-0.
Burton Albion 1-0 up against Huddersfield Town. Terence Van Kooten with a goal on 4 minutes, and a big early goal for Newport County at Gillingham. Michael Spellman with a goal on 4 minutes. Hull City won their last league meeting with Southampton in February 2024, but they've not won back-to-back matches against them since the 1950-51 campaign. Good afternoon, James Gregg.
2 teams with very different recent fortunes, Jason. Southampton are winless in their last 6 league games. They did, though, get a scrappy FA Cup win over Doncaster last weekend. It's baffling that Tonder Eckert's side have seen that stunning form that saw him get the job here full-time vanish over the last month. As for Hull, they will go back into the playoff spots with a win here today at sunny St Mary's. They've been on a great streak despite a loss last time out in the league. They've won 5 of their last 7. 5 minutes on the clock. Southampton 0, Hull 0.
Early goal for St Mirren in the Scottish Cup as well at Livingston. Roland Idowu with a goal on 4 minutes. Stoke City boss Mark Robins says he's targeting a big push to get back into the top 6. Looking very tight up there. And today it starts at home to Queen's Park Rangers. Sam Fletcher.
Yeah, both teams are in the fight for the playoffs here, but both have got key injuries to deal with. QPR are 5 without a win on the road and will undoubtedly miss their injured top goal scorer Burrell. Stoke, after that December wobble, have pulled themselves off a ledge. They are 3 games unbeaten with 3 clean sheets in all competitions, despite missing first-choice goalkeeper Victor Johansson to a shoulder injury, who, it's fair to say, has been an integral part of Stoke's defence, which continues to be the best in the league. QPR won at their place. At the moment, it's been a very slow start for both teams. It's 0-0.
Allied United 1-0 up at Solihull Moors. Brackley 1-0 up against Yeovil Town in the National League. Wrexham at home to Norwich City in the league for the first time since September 1981. But they've lost all 3 previous home league matches against the Canaries. How's this one started? Molly Stevens.
Well, both sides just feeling their way into this in the early stages, Jason. A chance for Norwich who've hit the crossbar. The visitors fighting to get out of the drop zone at the moment. They've got decent form on the road, though, unbeaten in their last 3. Wrexham are having their best ever winning run at this level, looking for their 5th win in a row today, having dumped Premier League Forest out of the FA Cup last weekend, goalless.
Thank you, Molly. To the Stadium of Light, Adam Cottier.
Where Crystal Palace have had the first opportunity, it's 0-0. A really good save from Robin Roofs, who excelled in the return game at Selhurst Park this season. Pino got the ball in the middle, teed up Mateta with a reverse pass, but on the stretch he was trying to toe poke the ball past the keeper. Roofs made the save. It is Sunderland 0, Crystal Palace 0.
Is it all Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Chris Wise?
Yeah, it certainly is. They've just won themselves a corner, Thomas Frank's side, and they've had already a very healthy opportunity. Pedro Porro's ball from the right-hand side after a quick Spurs throw. It came to Xavi Simons. He shanked his shot, but the shot went in the direction of Matthias Tell, who was probably about 9 yards out, and he waywardly sent his effort over the top of the crossbar, but the Tottenham corner forthcoming, coming up to 8 minutes on the clock. Spurs 0, West Ham 0.
Portsmouth have completed the signing of midfielder Ebou Adams from Derby County for an undisclosed fee. Today, Pompey go to bottom of the table Sheffield Wednesday. Nasbranji.
Afternoon, Jason. Yes, he's on the benches, Ebou Adams. Wednesday looking to avoid being only the second side in Championship history to go 20 games without a win. Portsmouth looking to avoid being the first team to lose here in the Championship this season. Ironically, Jason, a Wednesday win would mean a double for the Owls over Pompey. As mentioned, Ebou Adams is on the bench. One of their new boys, Milanic Ali, starts for the visitors. The Wednesday team news interesting. Murphy Cooper making his debut. Jaden Heskey, son of Emile, on the bench after arriving on loan from Manchester City, and Yisra Alau, 17-year-old fullback, subject to £500,000 bids from Manchester United, Liverpool and Chelsea, makes his league debut for the home side. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Portsmouth 0.
Good stuff, Naz. Bristol City won 5-1 against Watford in the Cup last Saturday. Today it's back to league action. They're at bottom from 1. Oxford United, never to be found languishing at the foot of the final score table, is our own Mark Webber.
I am distinctly mid-table. 0-0. Both sides sharing a battle. It's the debut in the Oxford United dugout for new boss Matt Bloomfield, trying to get his side out of the relegation zone, of course. Bristol City, as you mentioned, meanwhile, knocking on the door to the playoffs. Both could leapfrog into the places they want to be with a win today. Oxford United giving a debut to Brentford signing Miles Pearce-Harris as well, but I have to say the early movement of the ball has gone Oxford way. Some lovely crosses coming in, and nothing off them, but they're certainly showing intent at 0-0.
One from bottom is what I meant. Who writes this stuff? Eh? Who writes this
That was
stuff?
all in the brain, Jim.
The editor said, you write it. All right, Stadium of Light, Andrew Cottier.